Hey guys, Crystal here at Crystal's Crafties, and today we are going to make some Halloween treat bags and some little pillow box treat boxes using our Cricut. All you're going to need is cardstock, and I really do recommend double-sided cardstock. That way you can get this two-patterned effect. And you will need some Craft Bond glue, or really any glue of your choice, and your scoring stylus. And that's it. All right, let me show you guys how to make this in Design Space, and then we'll come back and put it all together. Okay, so to make these goodie bags or treat boxes, we're going to use a Cricut project and an SVG file of mine. So let's first start with the Cricut project. Come over here to Projects, and then just type in Pillow Box. And this little bunny pillow box will pop up. I know it looks like this is for Easter, but it's what we're going to use. So click it and click Customize. Okay, so it pulls it into your project, and it's all grouped together for you with the score lines you're going to need and probably the size you're going to want to. These are kind of perfect sizes for little treats or goodies or whatever you might want to put in them. We need to get rid of this bunny though. So come over here onto your Layers tab on the right hand side and just click the green one. And now your contour will be available. Click the contour, click out that bunny, just click it, and then close your contour tab. And now your bunny is gone. This is done. This is all you need to do for this portion of the treat boxes. The next one is the goodie bag. So you will want to get the file from my Etsy shop or my blog, wherever you want to get that from. It's only $1.99, and import it into Cricut. Let me go find it down here. Let's see. All right, there it is. So put it into your project. Okay, so here it is in the project. I've got some instructions on here. You must change the red cut lines to score lines before cutting and delete this text. These lines, they're actually red. If you click into them, you'll see that they're red. And they're cuts. You need to change them to score lines before you can make this file work. But before we do anything else, all of this is grouped together. We want to size it to whatever size bag you want to make. For me, I'm going to make the 7-inch bags, so they're 7 inches tall by 6 inches wide. To do that, I need to change this from 12 to 11.5. That is the largest size that Cricut will let me cut. It's a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock, but it won't let me size anything bigger than 11.5. So I've got that there. I did that while everything was all grouped together, so it resizes both of the files. Now I can ungroup all of this. And I can delete these instructions. I don't need them. Okay, this right here. I've clicked on these little lines, and you can see over here they are red. If you change this from basic cut to score, now you'll have your score lines, and then you need to attach it back to the page it's on. So this is already selected. Hold Shift, select the paper that it's on, and attach them. So those two are good to go. Here's our next two. Here are the red cut lines that we need to change to score lines. Come over here, basic cut, make it a score. Now you can use your scoring stylus or your scoring wheel. This one is selected, hold Shift, select the page that it's attached to or connected to, and hit attach. Okay, I know that seemed like some crazy stuff, but you had to do all of that to get this file to work correctly. These score lines have to be attached to the page that they're on. You can see these two squares are a little different. This has some cutouts. This is a solid square. You have to attach the correct score line to the correct background in order for your bags to come out correctly. Okay, we're all done now. That's all you really need to do in here. You could resize these smaller if you want to resize them, but we are ready to hit Make It. Okay, so we're going to start with the pillow boxes first. Let me see. I think I could probably fit a couple more on here. Let's see what that does. Oh, you only think I can fit one? I think you're incorrect. It won't let me move it. Okay, it wasn't letting me move these to different mats like it normally does because it just thought they were too big to cut 2 of them on one mat, but I didn't think it was too big and I was correct. So I have these together now. I just duplicated it on my project screen and I moved them to where they will both fit onto one mat and I attached them. So now if I hit make it, oh look, they're both on one mat. So sometimes you do have to trick Cricut into doing what you want it to do, but there they are. So let's send this through the Cricut machine. What it's going to do is it's going to do my little score lines first, and then it's going to cut out the pillow boxes, and then we will cut out the bag. And once I get that cut out, I'll show you how to put it all together. Okay, I'm going to cut most of this off camera, but I just want to show you the setup if you have the Explore Air 2. So I've got my cardstock on my light grip mat, that's the blue mat. I've got my scoring stylus in clamp A and the regular fine point blade in clamp B, and I'm going to hit make it. Now it's going to come through first and score everything, so it's running my scoring tool along all of the score lines. Okay, so then I just peel the excess cardstock off of my mat and I am left with my pillow box treat bags. Oh, I wish that hadn't ripped. It's okay. Alright, let's put these guys together. Okay, so I already have some made. I made this little pillow box here and this one here, and I've already made this bag with the haunted houses and the skulls, but we will make some together as well. So one thing I really love about this double-sided paper is that you can get 4 different styles of pillow box. So I had 2 different kinds of double-sided paper. I had this one with the stars and the bats, and then I had this one with the skulls and the stars. And you know, by using each different side, you can get 4 different patterns of pillow boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're awesome. Okay, so let's make these pillow boxes first because you're going to need to allow the seams time to dry a little bit before you can fold them up. So you had made some score lines on here. Just fold on your score lines. Go find those and fold them. And that guy is going to go over the top of this guy. It's scored on the other side of the paper, so this one's a little bit harder to fold. I'm going to use my Cricut scraper there. Okay. So now you can glue this to the outside or to the inside, whatever your preference is. I like to glue it to the outside so that it's not interfering any with what I might want to slide in there. So what you want to do is take your glue, and again, you can use any glue you want. I just really happen to like this Craft Bond, which obviously it's almost empty. Squiggle you some on and glue it down. Then you want to let this get good and glued before you move on. So I'm actually going to put this underneath my laptop to let it get glued really well, and we're going to make the next one. So again, you'll just fold, oops, I already did that side, so fold everything on the score lines. Let's get a good crease. Okay. And then we'll glue this flap over. Okay. Now I probably used way too much glue. You won't need that much glue, but I went ahead and used it anyways because I like to be extra safe. Okay, I'm going to flip this guy under my computer as well
You know, I find that's the best place to let things dry because it's kind of warm under there and it puts just enough pressure on it. So while those are drying and getting good and secure, I'm going to show you how to make the bag. So again, we just want to fold on all of the score lines, but you want to pick what is the inside and what is the outside of your bag. So I want this to be the outside and I want the little polka dots to be the inside. So at the top where we have put, I know it's hard to see those 2 holes in there, but we've put 2 holes in it so that you can put your strings in or whatever. You want to fold that first. And you want to fold your inside out. I'll explain that again in just a second. So let me go to this score line here. This is the inside of my bag. I folded the inside out so that when I am done folding this bag, this is the look that I'm going to be left with. And you want to crease really, really well. Okay. And I'm going to do the other side of the bag exactly the same. I'm going to fold the inside out. And crease it really, really well. Okay, so now with those done, you will continue just to fold all of the creases of your bag. All right. And guys, this is fun. I have cut my bag upside down. My monsters are supposed to be this way, but I put my paper on the mat upside down, so I'm going to have upside down bags. And that's fine because this is Halloween and things can be a little weird and spooky. Okay, when you have everything folded, you're going to assemble your 2 pieces of cardstock together. This one here that has the empty spaces on either side, it's going to go on top of the one that is full on the bottom. So again, you had one square that has empty spaces on either side. I want you to put that in the center and on top of the full one and glue it in. So take this flap on the one with the empty spaces and get your glue on it. And glue it to the other guy perfectly in the middle. So look where your fold lines are, look where your paper starts and ends, and make sure that it is perfectly lined up so that you can fold these guys in and they fit snugly over it. If they don't fit, your paper isn't lined up and you need to rearrange a little. Okay, there we go. So that guy is glued in. And now we'll start folding the bag up. So you want to take these 2 flaps that you now have in the middle and put glue on each one of them, just around the edges, and a little in the middle, around the edges, and a little in the middle. And then you will bring this bottom side of your bag up and glue it to it. So I'm bringing this up, I'm gluing these 2 pieces together. Do you see where they're going together? And the same thing on the other side. Do this one to this one. And you want to make sure everything is flush, that there's no overhang here. This needs to be smooth and flush so that your bag folds properly. Okay, if you want to lay it down and just give it a good firm push, it's always a good idea. Okay, almost done. So now we've assembled one side of the bag. We're going to assemble the other side by just bringing it up and putting the glue on, and it'll be done as well. So I'm going to put glue on this flap and glue on this flap, just like we did the other one, around the edges and some through the middle. Okay, the other one. Okay. And just pick up and glue. Making sure everything is tight and flush. Then we'll get the other side here. And again, it's probably a good idea to set it down, put your hand in there, and push everything really firm. Oh, that moved out of place. When that moved, it moved my other one. That's the good thing about glue. You have just a little bit of time to reposition if you need to. Okay. There we go. Now that's a nice square bag. Okay. And then you want to come in and reinforce your sides just a little bit so they're not popping up. So just a little dot of glue right there in the corner. Glue it down. I will do the same thing over here. A little dot of glue in this corner so it's not popping up. Glue it down. And just like that, you have your bag put together. And hopefully your design is right side up and not upside down. But here are the two bags that we've made. And now let's make those pillow boxes that we started. Okay, so here these guys are. They are now really strongly glued together. And you want to make sure you allow them ample time to dry because you're going to need to push on them like this. And if they're not dried, that glue is going to pop off. Okay, so to assemble these, it's really just that easy. You push it to get it open, and then you crease on these score lines. The side with the little dip creases in first. So just push it at that score line and fold it in. And just kind of secure it up. Then the same thing with the other side, flip it over, push it at that score line, and kind of crease it up a little bit. Okay, that side's done. Same thing over here. You want the one with the cutout, the little dip, to go inside first. Oh, that one didn't want to fold correctly. Come here, you. I don't know why that doesn't want to fold. Okay, there it is. And then the other side, push it on the score line. Just like that. This pillow box is done. I say just like that, but that score line is giving me some trouble. Okay, that one's done. Let's do the other one. So give it a little squish, squish. Push the side with the cutout in first. Give it a good crease. Go and push your other side. Give it a good crease. Then do your other one, other end. Push in at the score line. Give it a good crease. Push in at the score line. Give it a good crease. And your pillow boxes are done. So we have our 2 gift bags and our 4 pillow boxes, and we're good to go. All right, guys, we'll see you next time.